Hey friends, I'm Big Dub. Welcome to my home arcade. We will start at the entrance to the arcade where I have this nice sign that my buddy got me. Big Dub's Arcade, welcome friends. And you work your way in to the arcade. Give you a little bit of overview before we take our tour. These are Arcade1Up arcades. They are, I believe, 3/4 scale, both in width and height. They do sell risers, but my friends, a number of friends who all helped me work on this room, we created these, bought wood at Home Depot, cut them, put them together, painted, sanded, all of that to create the appropriate height riser that would also hold figures as well as rise the arcades to the level that we wanted. So I'm just giving you a glimpse around the room, and then we will go in more detail and check it all out. We're trying to make the best use of space without it feeling too cramped in here. You could easily have 6, 8 people in here at once. A few people on the couch, at least 3 or 4 people playing arcades as well, and it would work well. Let's start here on this wall. You can see that I've decorated a lot of the walls with Walking Dead memorabilia, with Walking Dead ending the comic. I felt it was appropriate time to get a lot of my Walking Dead merchandise up. So we've got a series of connecting covers there. We've got all the black and white Virgin sketches from the blind bags. These at the top, near the end, kind of the glams of characters. Another connecting cover over there, right there. And then just some of my favorite Michonne covers, some pins, miscellaneous things, some of my slabs, Governor Free Comic Book Day. I like this sketch of the zombie coming out of Lucille. That was signed by Ryan Hurst. I got that signed at Atlanta Comic Con. And just a couple other things. Some Walking Dead poo, some different artwork. That is a real Lucille made by one of my friends for me, real barbed wire. And then I have my trades, and different things like that on that shelf so that I can access them if I need them. Move to the floor underneath the wall I was just showing you. And in this cubby is where I have my McFarlane, both TV and comic Walking Dead collection. A lot of these are the 5-inch style. I have nearly every one of these. I'm missing just a very few handful of them. And then also the McFarlane kind of statue, 10-inch style. I think they call them figures. They have a couple interchangeable parts, but they're basically a statue. So I got all this Walking Dead down here, makes a nice little army. And the LEDs under there, wires, of course. I could tidy those up, but you can't see them when you're not on the ground. I think that looks nice. Then for the arcades here, we've got Mortal Kombat 2 and Street Fighter. That's why the figures above them are the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat figures that I have. Pretty nice assortment. And then the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter figures that I have, as well as the SH Figuarts Street Fighter figures. And they're pretty crowded up there, but I just wanted to create an ensemble of color and character choices. So as you're sitting here playing, if you just look up, you can see some of your favorite characters. I thought that would be a fun way to feature those characters. If you've never seen these Arcade1Ups, you can reset it back to the beginning by holding down the 1 player button. So this has Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 3. Pick your game, and you press first player like you're putting in a quarter, and that's how you get to the game. Street Fighter, same thing. We can start it over and show you the games that it has available. And it has Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So same basic thing, plenty of room. Now, if you look at this, there is probably still space here. There is at least one more arcade I want to add, and that is the 4-player Ninja Turtle cabinet that's just released. It could definitely fit there. There's also room for one on the other wall. If I end up adding 2 more, the other one I would add would be the Marvel. Now, let's look at the next wall. So on the back wall, where I've got the 2 windows, got a coffee table here, a few coffee table books, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. And this coffee table is convertible. It has storage in there. Sorry for that noise. And it can also elevate up toward whichever direction, so that if you want to, you know, eat in here, or you need an elevated surface for some other reason, you can do that. Got a comfortable leather sofa. Of course, any arcade needs the old I'm bacon, piece of bacon. And then on this wall, which is not completely finished, I've got this Alpha piece of art that I really like. I picked up in Tennessee. And then this is a commission that I had Dan Doherty make for me to kind of commemorate the end of The Walking Dead. That's Rick with me. And then also in Tennessee, I had Kari Payton sign this Ezekiel first appearance comic. Kari Payton, who plays Ezekiel on The Walking Dead. That's my favorite character. Then these 2 skateboards are signed by a series of original Turtles people that I've got. This one at Atlanta Comic Con, the 4 original Turtle voice actors. And then that from Get Geeked Expo in Michigan has 3 of the 4 folks that were wearing the suits, as well as the Shredder. These 2 items came from the Bubba Fest in Tennessee. I also have some figures that I've sent to be graded. I got Kevin Conroy to sign a Batman the Animated Series figure. Sean Schimmel signed a Goku Dragon Stars. And the voice of April O'Neil signed an April figure. Once those come back, they'll kind of occupy these spaces here. Then this is a piece of original Walking Dead art, Charlie Adlard's original pencils. You can see up there, the issue and the page number. So that's a prized piece that I have. So this back wall will continue to grow, but I like the way it is now. Similar scenario on the front wall. All of these up here are commissions I've had made where I just commission artists to draw me Rick Grimes, however their take is. And I'm really pleased with the difference that I'm getting, and it just makes it a lot of fun. Got this TV mounted up here. It's got a Roku stick in it so you can watch things. It pulls all the way out from the wall. You could hook up the NES Classic, SNES Classic to it and play games there. I do have a slab up here. This is 192. I don't want to spoil what that is, but it's a second to last issue of The Walking Dead where a big moment happens. And then this is like my area of the key slabs for Walking Dead. So I've got 1 through 6, 1 signed by Kirkman, 3 and 4 by Tony Moore. This is 6, The Death of Shane, signed by John Bernthal, the actor who played Shane. Then first appearance of Michonne, first appearance of the Governor. I have 4 more comics that will finish that out as I get them. It'll be 7, 8, and 9, because I want to have 1 through 9 out there. And then 53, the first appearance of Abraham. In this closet, I'm just using it for storage of various things, but I also have all my loose comics in there. And then you can see some long boxes. And like, you know, pieces and parts storage for figures. Got some folding chairs in case we have company in here. Something like that. Now we move to the main wall, which is the full broadside wall, which has a lot going on. Again, the wall is decorated in Walking Dead slabs. So you've got the introduction of Negan and the Saviors in an alternate cover that connects and makes Negan and Lucille. I've always loved that cover. I do want to show you this. I have this NYCC Walking Dead magazine that is signed by Kirkman up there. I got it NYCC. And then Rabbit Hammer, if you see Rabbit Hammer on Instagram, he drew me that Ezekiel picture, so I have that up here as well. So these are all slabs, a couple twin number 1s, and then I've got 10 through 30 slabbed, and then just some of my other favorite books slabbed, including all of the All Out War run. So it just makes it look nice, bring the room together. You can see that I'm bracketing with the NECA quarter scale turtles. So you've got the 4 regular turtles there, Shredder, Foot Soldier, and the disguised giraffe there. I'm hopeful they'll release the Splinter, and then I'll have 4 and 4. And I got my 3 favorite Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures, Fin Fang Foom, the Blob, and Shadow King there. I've got the SH Figuarts entire Mario display here, which I think just looks fantastic. I wanted to have video game stuff, and Nintendo's my favorite, so I think that's good. Then all of the Legend of Zelda items I have. So these are Nendoroid Link figures and Figma Link figures. I may be missing 1 or 2 of those, but I think I have most. This is a Pop Culture Shock Optimus Prime statue. That to me just looks like it was ripped off the screen. I like that. And then these 3 Batman statues, this Harley Quinn with the base, the dogs here, Harley Quinn's dogs, and this Joker are Tweeterhead statues. And big shout out to Nerd Therapy. Their reviews is what led to me getting these. And I am very happy to have them. Move down to the floor. Show you the first cubby here. I've got the SH Figuarts Harry Potter figures there in the front. Then the McFarlane Game of Thrones, as well as some of the Funko, I think they were called Reaction Game of Thrones there in the back. And then some Revoltech little mini Transformers. This is like the World of Nintendo big Metroid. Then that's a Figma Zero Suit Samus and a Figma Samus. And Nendoroid, Mega Man, and Sentinel, I think, made that. Mega Man back there. But just kind of some miscellaneous things. You got the dragons up there as well. The next cubby, we've got Kingdom Hearts SH Figuarts. We got some old Toy Biz Lord of the Rings stuff back there. A lot of the McFarlane Stranger Things across the back. And then just a lot of miscellaneous Pooh. You got Sully. You got the Iron Giant, Freddie Mercury. Lots of Figuarts and Figma, Overwatch stuff, Power Rangers. A little bit of everything down here. These other 2 cubbies, first it's basically Ninja Turtles, a lot of NECA Turtles, and SH Figuarts. We got the SDCC set in the back there. You can see Splinter hanging up. And a lot of the different NECA Turtles. Then the Batman that's crossing over here is the new figures from the Batman TMNT DC animated movie, and I really like that line. So I've got those there. Then the final cubby here is all Batman the Animated Series stuff from DC Collectibles. I love the way that displays. Looks really good. I do have the Batcave, but I don't have a good place to put it. And I also have the Bat Wing that I think I may hang from the ceiling in this room. On to the main event, the arcade cabinets on this wall. As you can see, if I push them all together, I could definitely add 1 more. So once the Turtles cabinet comes in, that's when I'll make my judgment to see if I want to get the Marvel one as well. The Turtles takes precedence. Let me go through and show you, just like I did before. This is the Centipede cabinet. Press and reset it. You get back to the main menu. And you've got Centipede, Crystal Castles, Missile Command, Millipede. And, you know, these are older games that some people may want to play. I tried to have a mix of somewhat modern and somewhat old so that anybody that comes in would have something to play. And this Centipede has actually got a lot done. So there you see I started Missile Command. The Asteroids cabinet, it has Asteroids, Tempest, Major Havoc, and Lunar Lander. And let me show you, just in case you're interested, this is a trackball game, and this is a dial game. So not only just different joysticks, but just all around different types of things entirely. This is the Pac-Man cabinet. I think this just has 2 games, like Pac-Man and Pac-Man Deluxe, maybe, is what it has. Yeah, Pac-Man. Let's see if I can get it to reset. Let's see. Pac-Man. I think Pac-Man Deluxe is the other game. Pac-Man Plus. I don't even know what Pac-Man Plus is, but works the same basic way. Start the game. There you go. A lot of people like Pac-Man. It's an easy game to walk up and play. The Final Fight cabinet, I think, is my overall favorite. It has a lot of stuff going on for it. All these games are pretty fun, actually, and this is the one that gets the most play. So you see we've got Final Fight, Ghosts and Goblins, 1944, and Strider. All fun games. Ghosts and Goblins, the game that when you get hit, you lose your pants. You walk around in your underpants. Everybody's favorite. Then the Rampage cabinet, which is the only 3-player, the only multiplayer cabinet that I have. And to be honest with you, if 3 people are playing it, you've got to have hope that the middle person is relatively small. Not Big Dub. I have to be over here on the corner because it's, you know, it's pretty small for that. But Rampage is a great game. Gauntlet, Joust, Defender. I really like Gauntlet quite a bit. I play that a lot. So that's fun. Then the final cabinet, Galaga and Galaxian, 2 very similar games. And this actually moves right and left. It does not have a, what do you call it? It's not vertical. So if you didn't know that, now you know. And that is this wall of arcades. So I hope you enjoyed the tour around my home arcade. I really enjoy it. It's fun to have people come over and play. We have a good time. And if you ever connect with me at a con show somewhere local here, see if you get a chance to stop by and we'll have some fun. Be on the lookout. I'm going to update my toy room video. If you've never seen my toy room, look for that coming. And the rest of the foolishness that we like to get into on the channel. Let me show you a final thing. It wouldn't be a Big Dub room if we couldn't do this. Alexa, turn off the arcade. You see all the arcade screens go off, but the lights don't go out because you might want to be in the room to watch TV and not have the games on, or you may just want the games on. So we'll end the video by saying this. Alexa, turn off the arcade lights. Talk to you next time.